Was anyone else required to check out a book at their school library in elementary? No? Just me? Well, if that's the case, pretend you can relate. I would have to check out a book from my school's library like once a week. I think that's how I remember it. It was part of the Accelerated Reader program, basically a program that's made to ensure that students have a decent level of literacy. You have like a week to read them, but they're elementary level books. If you're at a decent literacy level, you should be able to knock it out within that time frame. Once you finish, you take a quiz based on the book you read on AR's website to determine if you actually did your reading. If you got a high enough cumulative AR score, I think you'd get a coupon for a free personal pizza from Pizza Hut? Yeah? I don't want to talk strictly about Accelerated Reader though. I want to talk about the books themselves. As I progressed through grade levels, some sections of the library would be cut off for me and my peers as they were aimed towards younger students and we are not allowed to read below our grade level. We were restricted to books aimed towards older children, and with books aimed towards older individuals, this meant less illustrations in books. This was horrible news for a kid like me. I didn't know how to use my imagination. I needed to have captivating visuals to maintain my attention. I didn't get the nuances of Annoying Orange, if there were any. I just witnessed an innocent apple get killed in cold blood. Brain rot has been around longer than most of us would like to admit, but I needed that stimulation, that stimmy, if I wanted to read. I couldn't read The Cricket in Times Square. There was only one illustration per chapter. It's a talking cricket with a talking cat and a talking mouse. I want to see them. I can't visualize that shit. Sure, Percy Jackson may have been an exciting series to read, but I wouldn't know. There was no illustrations to tell me that it was exciting. Man, I was a stupid kid. And then of course, there were the biographies. I did not want to look like some nerd reading about some real dude. I don't give a shit about who Alexander Hamilton was.
Alexander Hamilton. My name is Alexander Hamilton.
I hate this musical with every fiber of my being. Some days, luck would be on my side. The good books would finally be returned and I would manage to reach them before my fellow classmates could. Big Nate, Captain Underpants, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. The Holy Trinity. These books had enough visual stimuli to keep my stupid child brain hooked. They also had the right amount of stupid humor to keep me entertained. Most parents were not fans of the crude humor found in these books, but fortunately for me, my parents figured as long as I'm reading, then who really cares about the material? As long as it's child friendly, it should be fine. Finding these books, these paperbacks in piss poor condition, with the pages having strange stains on them and smelling like the previous owners hadn't washed their hands in a month, it did not matter. Having to fulfill my AR quota would suck a little less because I could read a book I actually wanted to read, not just something I had to settle on. I never did manage to get that Pizza Hut coupon, probably because there was always one person in class that just had to one-up me every time. I honestly can't remember exactly why. What I do remember is that these books made reading a little bit more enjoyable, so thanks, Dave Pilkey. Why do you spell your name like this? Is it like a stylistic choice? Did you just always forget to add the E whenever you had to write your name growing up and you just kind of decided, hey, yeah, that's how I'm gonna spell my name from now on because it looks cooler than the standard D-A-V-E? Why do you spell your name like this? I'm just really curious. I gotta know. Thanks, Lincoln Pierce, and thanks, Jeff Kinney, for making reading fun. Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really know how to end that.